Henry had been married to his lovely wife Lucy for 10 years, and together they had 2 children, Michael and Mercy. They lived on Lucy's parents' farm homestead, a peaceful and beautiful place they called home. One morning, the postman brought a letter from abroad, addressed to Henry. Curiosity piqued, Henry set it aside to open later that evening when he was alone in his store. When he finally read the letter, he was shocked to discover that it was from his father, a man who had abandoned his mother before he was born. The letter revealed that his father had passed away, leaving behind an estate and a substantial amount of money. However, in order to claim it, Henry needed to go through his father's lawyer and sign some documents. Henry was torn about what to do. He decided not to tell his wife and children about the contents of the letter just yet. The following morning, he told his family that he was going into town to do the weekly shopping for groceries, toiletries, and other items the homestead needed. Lucy handed him a list and some cash. Instead of using the family van, Henry had called for a taxi to take him into town. As the taxi pulled away from the farm, Henry felt a mixture of anxiety and determination. The day went by and evening came, but Henry did not return home. Lucy and the children grew increasingly worried as the hours passed without any word from him. Henry, driven by the promise of wealth and a new identity, left behind his old life and family without a second thought. He moved to a bustling city where he immersed himself in a lavish lifestyle. He bought expensive cars, a luxurious home by the lake, and surrounded himself with beautiful young women, telling them he was unmarried. Parties became a regular occurrence, with Henry basking in his newfound freedom and riches. Back at the farm, Lucy and the children were left in a state of confusion and worry. Days turned into weeks with no word from Henry. Lucy, determined to find answers, searched through his belongings. Her heart sank when she found the letter from abroad that Henry had hidden. The contents of the letter explained everything. Henry's father had left him an estate and a significant amount of money, but to claim it, Henry needed to sign documents through a lawyer. This revelation was a shock to Lucy, who had no idea about Henry's hidden past or the wealth he had inherited. Fueled by a mix of betrayal and concern, Lucy decided to take matters into her own hands. She gathered her courage and, with the help of her supportive family and friends, began the search for Henry. She reached out to the lawyer mentioned in the letter, hoping to piece together his whereabouts. One day, Lucy's search finally led her to Henry's opulent home by the lake. Determined to confront him and bring him back, she knocked on the door, her heart pounding with a mix of hope and apprehension. When Henry answered, he was taken aback to see his wife standing there, the pain of their separation etched in her eyes. "Henry, it's me, Lucy. Please, we need to talk," she implored, her voice trembling. But Henry, driven by shame and denial, coldly responded, "I don't know who you are. Please leave." Lucy was stunned. She had anticipated a difficult conversation, but not outright denial. She pleaded with him, tears streaming down her face, but Henry remained resolute in his denial, shutting the door on the woman who had shared a decade of his life. But Henry, driven by shame and denial, coldly responded, "I don't know who you are. Please leave." Crushed, Lucy returned home to their children, determined not to let Henry's abandonment define their future. She focused on building a stable, loving environment for Michael and Mercy, finding strength in the support of her family.